How does amplification enable telephone transmission? Imagine trying to talk to someone across a vast distance with your voice barely reaching their ears. That's where amplification comes into play in telephone technology. When you speak into a telephone, your voice is transformed into an electrical signal by a device called a transmitter. But this signal is very weak at first. As it travels through long telephone lines, it loses strength because of resistance and other losses in the wires. Without some form of boosting, the signal would become too faint to understand after a certain point. Early telephone systems used simple mechanical amplifiers that combined electromagnet receivers and carbon transmitters. These could boost signals a little but had limited range. Then, in the early 20th century, the invention of vacuum tube amplifiers changed everything. Vacuum tubes could amplify electrical signals much more effectively, allowing voice signals to travel thousands of kilometers without losing clarity. This was a major step forward, making transcontinental telephone lines possible by 1915. In these systems, what we call repeaters or amplifiers take the weak incoming signal, increase its strength, and send it out again at a higher power level. This process makes up for the signal loss that happens in copper wires or undersea cables. As technology advanced, engineers added carrier multiplexing techniques. This allowed multiple voice channels to run through the same line at once, each needing amplification to keep the sound clear. Later on, the development of the transistor in the 1940s replaced bulky vacuum tubes with smaller, more reliable, and energy-efficient devices. Transistor amplifiers made it easier to keep signals strong over more complex networks, including the long undersea cables connecting continents. These amplifiers are placed at intervals along the lines, called repeaters, to boost the signals repeatedly. Thanks to amplification, telephone networks grew from local connections to vast systems spanning entire countries and continents. Without it, signals would weaken too much over distance, limiting the reach of early phones. Amplification is a key part of the history of telephone transmission, helping to create the global communication network we relying on today. It turned a simple voice into a powerful signal that could travel across oceans and continents, connecting people in ways never thought possible before.